Just be, just be, just be.
And we are back here on the Choose954 podcast, episode 65, with one of the most energetic and passionate speakers that I've seen, who you're about to see, Tevin Ali, Talk with Tevin, who will be our upcoming speaker at AAF CreativeZen this Friday morning, which you get to hear his full story. We're going to give you a little bit of a preview today. If you didn't know about Choose954, we started a social movement to cultivate culture and community here in Broward County, where I'm very proud to be born and raised from, in an effort to keep people in know with all the great things that are going on, make this a better place to live and not just a better place to vacation. And the point of the podcast is to connect you with interesting people like him that do important stuff in the community. And I was very moved 4 years ago when I heard this young man speak and left a lasting impression on me. So we're very glad to have you sharing Creative Zen. Very glad to have you share today. So without much further ado, I want you to tell us a little bit at a high level who Tevin Ali is.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, Evan. I'm definitely recollecting to 4 years ago. I can't believe it's been, well, not too long ago, but still, it's like, whoa, where does the time go, right? I'm sure we're all having that feeling. Thanks for having me. Greetings, everyone. My name is Tevin Ali. I'm a master's graduate of Johns Hopkins University, and I wake up every morning with the mission to motivate, inspire, and empower others through their adversity, barriers, and self-doubt. And I do that as a motivational speaker in the higher education space. So that mission for me arise from my struggles as a first generation college student and low income minority and immigrant in this country, where at one point I was a college dropout. But since overcoming those challenges through a avenue of different things, I've gone on to be featured in the New York Times, the US News, World Report magazine for my leadership and commitment towards empowering others through their adversity and finding their purpose, and helping others with their public speaking and gaining that confidence back in their lives. And to date, I have impacted the lives of thousands of students alike and professionals alike in their professional journeys. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you all this upcoming Friday. Hope you would tune in. Want to learn more about me, go to talkwithtevin.com. But yeah, that's my high level intro there.
And I'm glad you shared that transparently, authentically, and genuinely. I'm a college dropout as well, and we ended up doing all right. So
Yeah.
It really that's why we love doing Creative Zen, a monthly breakfast lecture series, mini TED Talk for those that aren't familiar, so that we can have real people share their thought-provoking, inspiring story to realize that we're a lot more relatable than we're not. So for those that aren't familiar, and without divulging the whole thing, because we want people to tune in on Friday, why don't you tell us a little bit at a high level, kind of how you got to the point you are at now? How'd that journey go?
Yeah, well, definitely after, growing up, it was my parents sacrificed a lot for me. They came to this country and always instilled a value into me that education is something nobody can take away from you. So with that, I entered college with high hopes, but found myself struggling being the first in my family to go to college. Hit that low phase when I dropped out, and when I gave college a second chance, I approached it with a different mindset, and I'll share more on that story on Friday. But sometimes when you go through one door, whether it's a struggling door or another, that could lead you to other avenues that you need to go through to get to that point that you want to reach in life. So just keeping an open mind and seeing what can I learn in this moment and taking time to reflect on that. And I like to pose this question to others. Imagine you can go back and talk to the younger version of yourself and you only have 5 minutes to do so. What advice would you give that person, right? So I like to pose that question to a lot of people. That's exactly what I do as a speaker, because I encountered so much of hurdles, and we all do this in life, right? But when we're able to reflect on that, learn from that, and grow from that, and serve others through what we learn, that keeps the advancement of the younger generation more suited up and intact and prepared for their future.
Amen. And you're very well prepared for your future.
Hope so.
You were fortunate enough to receive some very well deserved and earned higher education. You want to talk us a little bit through that journey and kind of how you are qualified to be speaking, not just through education, but through your other experiences early on in life at this level?
Yeah, absolutely. So since I learned, being a college dropout and being in that low point, I got out of that, right? How did I do that? It was through mindset, through mentorship, project-based learning, experiential learning, and a whole bunch of other factors as well. And I hit highs in higher education as well. In 2017, I was named the State of Florida Student of the Year. And I was looking up how much college students are in the state of Florida. 800,000. I'm like, whoa, that's essentially 1 in a million, right? So just seeing how I went from college dropout to that and graduating with the master's from Hopkins, because I had experienced the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows, and being young in my career, I'm able to relate to college students on that professional level, and even expanding that to young professionals and other professionals as well. Just being equipped with the abilities and the mindset to overcome adversity, because there's always going to be another mountain we need to climb, right? Mountains keep coming and we got to keep climbing them and overcoming that struggle. So I like to use the phrase struggles and setbacks set up success for us. So I like to share that with so much of others that that's kind of like my go-to phrase. So definitely on Friday I'll share more on that story, but experience both ends of the spectrum. I think that makes me qualified. Being a speaker for over 5 years now, I also work for a media training firm in New York City that coached people on media training and public speaking. So I think learning from those ends definitely makes me qualified to coach others on basic public speaking as well. So definitely my topics are overcoming adversity, having others hone in on their personalized mission, and taking that into what could be that next fulfilling step to them, guiding that in that clarity of direction, and then unlocking the voices of others by coaching them through public speaking. A lot of people are scared of public speaking, right? If you're sometimes it's debated as a number one fear, higher than death, right? That means if you're at a funeral, you'd rather be the one in the casket than the one giving the eulogy, right? We gotta fix that. So, and I'm a huge advocate for that, because I think when you unlock your voice or help someone else unlock their voice, you never know what change they're going to impact. And, that stemmed from you. It's that ripple effects of change that starts from you and ripples through the vast, vast ocean.
Amen. Good for you. I'm so amazed from the Wise Tribe event 4 years ago. And just to kind of have watched your career early on flourish through education and now through professional opportunities, and even seeing you speak today and volunteering your time. It's just been such a joy to watch. And I once again can't thank you enough for sharing authentically and transparently, because not everybody wants to say, I don't really put out there, I'm a college dropout, but
Right,
it is
right.
part of my journey. It's part of my story. And my partner Andrew will tell you, I didn't want to speak publicly at first. My
Exactly.
partner was 10 years older than me, much more established, much more experienced, much more polished, and he saw something in me, and he pushed me. The more I did it, the more I did speak publicly. It comes more natural. And then there's obviously things you could do, Toastmasters and different trainings.
Right.
What are maybe some things that you recommend, not necessarily just for public speaking, but mindset, motivation, mindfulness, meditation? What are some things, practices in your life that you like to share with people?
Yeah, definitely in the public speaking realm, take the spotlight off of you. When you're going into public speaking, we always make it about me, me, me. What if I trip? What if I fall? What if I vomit on stage? Those are all thoughts that go through our mind, and those are valid thoughts. Yeah, it's totally valid. We don't want to look bad. We don't want to freeze. But I think when you shift your focus from yourself to your message and how your message is going to impact people, some of those butterflies go away. And I don't want to say butterflies are bad, because butterflies in your stomach are good. That means you care enough to want to speak your message, and you want to do a good job, and you want that good adrenaline pumping through your system. So I think mindset in the realm of changing the focus from you to what your message is and how's that going to impact people. When you focus on that message, it'll translate to the audience, and you'll look good at the end of the day. I know that's what a lot of people worry about for sure. And I like to say, speaking it's a performance. It literally is a performance from how you dress, how you articulate your words, your tone, your diction, your dress, how you articulate your hands, body language, right? All of that matters. So it's definitely a full package. It's not just about your voice. There's just so much of things for it. And I do offer a 2 hour workshop on the basics of public speaking. If anyone's interested, definitely contact me at talkwithtevin.com and I'll get you squared away.
And fashion as well. If you ever look up any photos of you speaking, always dressed impeccably. I mean, like Men of Style award-winning jackets.
I'm a fan of the Blazers. Yes.
Oh, I mean, you're on to something for sure. But it not that I didn't have respect for you as a speaker before, but it definitely helps elevate amongst all the other things that you mentioned as well. So you mentioned a 2 hour workshop. What are some other things that if somebody did want to engage from you, either learning, they wanted the book, consultation, coaching, what are things that you're available for at this stage?
Yeah, we'll definitely have that workshop on public speaking, and then I have workshops. These are the public speaking workshops could be for anybody. I do that for any audience who wants to be more comfortable with public speaking and learn the lay of the land, because some people think speaking is just one this specific thing. So I do a workshop that gives you the lay of the land and everything you kind of need to know fundamentally, which I think is important. When you order a pizza, you don't just want one slice, right? You want the whole pie, right? So that's what I kind of give you with that workshop. The other two workshops are more focused on for high school seniors and college students. One is on overcoming adversity. We all go through adversity, but what do you do to get out of it once you're in it? So with that workshop, I have students reflect on what they overcame in life and what they're currently going through and how do we get out of that. And I have a 5-point principle that I shared relating my own experiences. And I think it's very credible because how did I go from a college dropout to winning State of Florida Student of the Year, graduate from Hopkins, XYZ, New York Times? I share those principles in that workshop. And the second workshop which is a supplement, or I like to say part 2 of that overcoming workshop, is having others awaken their personal mission, meaning I have students reflect on their strengths, their passions, their values, and their needs. So when they reflect on all 4 of those and funnel the top of each of those 4 quadrants, I funnel those into, okay, what is a meaningful next step for you? Looking at your strengths, your passions, your values, and your needs. Because, sometimes we only look at one area. I like to look at things holistically, because if we look at just one thing, right? If you only build a house out of, one material, it's not going to last, right? It takes a multiple factors for this. You don't just make a Chick-fil-A sandwich with just the chicken. You got to add other stuff too, right? So that's what I do with that workshop, and have students reflect on that to really funnel that into a personalized mission statement for them, and really have them charge that mission into how they're going to lead into the world.
Amen. I wish you would have spoke to me when I was a kid in school.
Me too, actually.
I might not be sitting here right now doing this, but that's amazing. I'm already amped up for Friday morning.
Yes.
And you hear the rest of the story at AAF CreativeZen, our monthly breakfast lecture series, mini TED Talk that we hold for free for 3 years now. Tevin's going to be the 3-year anniversary.
Yes, we're going to make it lit.
Yes, and we are going to have a little bit of an in-person component to it while it is still virtually. We'll at least have it recorded nice. For those that would like to engage with you more and follow and learn more, where can they find you on social media and the interwebs?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely you could go to my website, talkwithtevin.com. It's the best way to look at my portfolio and what I offer. My Instagram handle is talkwithtevin, email talkwithtevin@gmail.com, and you could find me on Facebook, first name Tevin, last name Ali, and I'm happy to connect through any one of those chat channels.
Amen. Well, we're definitely glad to have you connect. So glad that you were able to share with us today. You're able to share with us on Friday. So we encourage you guys to tune in Friday morning, 9 a.m. You could find the link. There's a little C-Vent link for the event registration. It'll give you the Zoom login and all that good stuff. And if you're looking for more ways to connect and engage with the community, we do have a few in-person events that have resumed that we're supporting and producing. One of them, if you'd like to get out socially distance for night market, we're doing a night market at Dania Point in Dania Beach every second and fourth Friday night of the month. It's handmade artisans, vendors, handmade, self-made, remade products, produce, goods, artwork, whole bunch of good stuff, live music, a great way to support local. So that's every second, fourth Friday, free event, 5 to 9:30 p.m., night market at Dania Point. You can find that on Choose954 socials. And we're supporting our dear friend, Ivan, with the Chick Art Evolution Gallery that is just opening in the former Moda Mario space on Las Olas. He recently relocated, recently is opening from having been an established gallerist in Atlanta, Georgia. For many years, he's the exclusive representative of one of the top Brazilian artists in the world, one of the top artists in the world, Lucio, who paints these beautiful portraits of classical portraits of women and people with space helmets on, very recognizable. They sell for $100,000. He's the exclusive representative in bringing that artwork to Fort Lauderdale and Las Olas and Broward County in the Fort Moda Mario space. His grand opening is on Thursday, May 22nd. I'm sorry, May 20th. You can find out more on Choose954 as well. We'll be putting in the newsletter, and he's got some great works there, some top contemporary art. If you want to find out more, feel free to drop us a note. We do a newsletter bi-weekly, try to keep people in the know. Live events are coming back. The Art Walk is going to resume in downtown Hollywood in June in person, and I'll be leading tours of the studios and the galleries that participate, including End-to-End Gallery and Zero Empty Spaces. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. More good stuff where that came from as we inch closer to getting back to normal. We appreciate you taking the time, Tevin. Appreciate you guys tuning in and look forward to having you hear the rest of this very thought-provoking, inspiring, and relatable story this Friday morning at 9 a.m. You guys have a good one. Cheers.